Well, hello and welcome live tonight here to Gibson Field at Hudson High School. Happy to be with you. The district finale for the Hudson Hornets actually going to be playing as the visiting team tonight, hosting the Palestine Wildcats. Palestine actually without a playable field right now due to construction stuff going on around the athletic complex there at Palestine High School. And so Palestine will be the holding team tonight. Hudson the visiting team. The Hudson Hornets coming off of a victory where they showed dominance. It was a 12-0 victory over the Palestine Wildcats. Hornets had 12 runs off 10 hits. They did commit 2 defensive errors in the game, but they had a strong pitching performance by Hank Warren. Went 5 innings, allowing no earned runs, only 1 hit. So a complete game, shutout, 1 hitter, 8 strikeouts and 1 walk for Hank in that one. And then on the batting side, I mean, you could just kind of list it off for days. I'll go ahead and try. Warren produced an RBI single. A pass ball scored the second run of the game. Carson Courtney with an RBI single. We had A.J. Harris bring in a run. Carson Courtney brought in another one, followed by Ross, Grissom, Roth, Courtney. Same old Harris with another one. So we're happy to be here and be back at it and see if the Hornets can finish off strong here in district play tonight as the visiting team for the first time in a while here at Gibson Field. So the Hornets here with their lineups. We'll go ahead and show you the Hudson Hornet batting lineup here on your screen. Colin Ross leading things off for the Hornets playing center field, followed by Hank Warren and Carson Courtney, the 2 and 3 spots. 4, 5, and 6, Remington Roth, Chandler Spencer, and Blake Slaga. Tyler Dickerson, A.J. Harris, and Ashton Grissom round out the bottom third of the lineup, with Dickerson playing third, Harris playing left, and Ashton Grissom playing right. And Matthew Gardner, the starting pitcher for the Hornets tonight. We'll talk about him when they come up on the defensive side of things, but we're excited about tonight. A chance to really to play well, to bring your best, to set you up for a good and hopefully a very long playoff run. We'll see for the Hornets. Earlier, we got the privilege to talk with 2 assistant coaches that you've been hearing from a lot here lately, Tanner Hines and Wade Fitzgerald, about the team. They feel good. They're excited. So we do have a conversation with them. We want to bring you that conversation here right now.
Leading off behind the plate, number 34,
coaches on the offensive side seemed to hit the ball pretty well. Got the average going. A lot of hits last game. What were the guys doing well picking up the ball?
Well, I think it just kind of started out that those kind of first couple of ground balls just kind of found holes, and that just kind of hitting's contagious, and we just kind of built off just kind of ground balls with eyes, and then all of a sudden guys started finding barrels late in the game, and got a good pitching performance out of Hank, and kind of solidified it.
Coach, on the mound tonight, we got Matthew Gardner getting a start. Hadn't had a ton of those in district play, but I imagine this is kind of gearing up for maybe something that we could see in the playoffs potentially.
Yeah, he needs to get a start. Needs to go through the whole pregame routine. He definitely is going to be on the rotation when we get in the playoffs. But just, getting back in that, of course he started back in the tournaments. And
right.
So, like I said, just get him in that pregame routine and get him, try to, stretch him out a little bit.
Tell me what makes him effective. What makes him, when he's good, what makes him good?
Well, for one, he's left-handed.
Yeah, that always helps.
Our head coach is left-handed, and we kind of joke with him, but some people can put a ball on a tee left-handed and you can't hit it. But no, he has a lot of tail, a lot of movement, and locates. Secondary pitches are good. They're sharp. Everything comes from the same arm slot. And he just pounds his own. And we were just talking to him a while ago. He's a really laid back, and doesn't let his emotions get to him much.
Yep. That always helps. Coach, last game we had was senior night. We changed the defense a little bit. We talked about it after the game, but just what a cool note for Colin Ross, playing third base the first 3 innings. Ball's going to find you. I thought he did really well at third base, although we hadn't seen him there maybe at all this year.
No, yeah, first time, just kind of moving guys around, just trying to get the best out of our lineup, let some of those seniors get some playing time. But he's just kind of an athletic guy. He plays golf. You know, he played basketball his freshman year, so he's a kid that's very interchangeable, good athlete, and did a really good job of it.
Also did a really good job of doing handstands behind Coach Fitzgerald in the last interview.
Yeah.
You know, as a distraction, that's always fun. I'll let y'all both answer this. I'll start with you, Coach Fitz. How important is it for the guys to really hit the good, like tonight to be a really good game, hitting their strap before playoffs?
Yeah, we talked about that the other day at practice. You know, typically we've won district early, and you kind of go into the playoffs in the past, and you might lose a game here or there that we shouldn't lose. I feel good about this year. I feel good the level we're playing because we're still battling for a district championship. I mean, there's things that could happen tonight. You know, so I feel like the kids are still engaged at practice, and they're just doing a good job of staying engaged. So.
Coach, anything to add on to that?
Just piggybacking off of it, yeah. These last couple of games of district have not been for nothing. So the guys are still hungry to go out to perform and to do good and win the game, and I think that means a lot for us to keep that same attitude moving forward.
Guys, just so y'all know, as a fan, I misinformed our audience, which I apologize right here for. I assumed district was clinched, and then talking with Coach Allen a couple of days ago, I was like, no, there's still scenarios where stuff could work out, and there could be three-way ties and all sorts of stuff. So we'll be trying to get some information on the Russ game that's happening tonight while we're broadcasting. But coaches, good luck to y'all. Let's finish out district strong, okay?
All right, appreciate it.
Once again, Tanner Hines and Wade Fitzgerald joining us. We'll be right back here on Next Play Sports.
And welcome back. We are about ready to get first pitch thrown here from Pablo Castillo, pitcher for the Palestine Wildcats. Hornets, once again, the visiting team. If you're just tuning in with this being the senior night for the Palestine Wildcats. Palestine with 3 seniors on the roster that we'll bring up during their batting lineup. Castillo brings the first pitch. Going to get called strike to start things off. Here in this one, we're 0-1 count for Ross. That one gets by the catcher, Peyton Giles, to take you around the diamond for the Palestine Wildcats. Pablo Castillo throwing to Peyton Giles behind the plate. Eric Estrada over at first. Aaron Ordonez at second. Mario Perez at short. And Anthony McLaughlin at third base. Caden Patton playing left field. Noah Bertman in center. And Braden Hickman in right. It's a 1-1 count. Another pitch getting by Giles. Making now 2-1. Hank Warren a few little jogging reps here before he comes up to bat. Chasing a couple of them down, but we're all set. Nice, slightly humid evening here. That one called strike. We're going to be working with the delayed calls behind the plate, kind of like in rebound. I mean, I just took you back about 12 years on that one. The Martin Lawrence Classic there. My kid really enjoys it. Right center field pop-up hit towards Hickman. He takes a couple steps over and reaches back for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down.
Now, number 21, Hank Warren.
Now Hank Warren comes up. Warren really seeing the ball well. He has all season. He's batting .430 on the year. Leads the team in RBIs. 24 of them. Takes the first pitch strike, and Pablo Castillo, a couple pitches getting by the catcher. The rest of them working the edges of the zone. Next pitch, missing low, 1-1 count.
Coming up here, I was trying to get away from that. I don't owe you that guy. Anybody wants a Chick-fil-A?
1-1. That one smacked into right field. Will it get down? No, it will get down and get past the right fielder Hickman. A diving play and attempt to make the catch. Hank rounding second, heading over to third base. Stand up, triple for senior Hank Warren. Heck of an effort from Hickman, but that's one of those high risk, potentially high reward. But the risk there is the ball doing exactly what it just did, rolling back to the fence and allowing Warren to be standing up at third now. Carson Courtney with 20 RBIs steps up to the plate. He likes the first pitch he sees and drives that one, almost knocking out the window of a cop car by the tree, but that one had the right trajectory just to do it, but missed it just short. Counts 0-1. That's a breaking ball. In for strike 2. So Castillo ahead in the count. Had a nice little slider in the warm-up. We didn't see it there. We saw his fastball. Looks to be a pretty decent little put-out pitch if he chooses to use it. Counts 0-2. Breaking ball. Doesn't come in enough. First ball of the at-bat. One, two, Warren at third. Remington Roth on deck. That one misses low and away. Take the count to 2-2.
Make contact here, kid.
Two swung out, hit hard. Really getting out the way is the fielding official. Then bring in the first run with an RBI single. Carson Courtney. I want to say last game started off with 4 runs in the first inning. Jumped on it early and never looked back. Remington Roth steps in. Second most RBIs brought in this season. I'll have to really get into one to bring Courtney in from first. A pop-up hit behind the plate won't do it. Giles makes the catch for out number 2. Slightly even surprising. Roth a little frustrated, but I mean he's been smoking the ball here as of late. 2 down, and Chandler Spencer comes up. Spencer leading the Hornets in base on balls for pretty much the entire season. He has 20 of them. Hank Warren with 15 and Colin Ross in third there with 13. Knows his own, likes the first pitch he sees and rips it into left field. Scooped up by Caden Patton. That'll hold Carson Courtney Pat at second.
Now, number 15, Blake Slaughter.
So Slaughter steps in. There's that slider for strike 1. Not a ton of speed to it, a decent amount of break. Started off looking like it was coming in. Came in to swipe the edge for 0-1 count. Pop-up hit over to right field. Hickman with a chance to make the out. He does get his second out recorded to the inning, and the Hornets put up 1 on the board. Take an early lead here in the top of the first. We move to the bottom half where Palestine will come up. Working against Matthew Gardner. We'll tell you about him in a moment here on Next Play Sports. Here we are, bottom of the first inning. Matthew Gardner on the mound for the Hornets here. Thanks for tuning in here at nextplay.co or on the Next Play Sports Facebook live feed. The score 1-0. Hornets putting up 1 run on 3 hits. A first pitch swinging for Peyton Giles deep into left center field. Harris never had a great read on it. It'll be scooped up by Ross. 1 pitch, 1 double for the Wildcats. We're in scoring position to start things off. They're working against Matthew Gardner. Gardner has a 1.24 ERA this season and 28 1/3 innings pitched. He's only allowed 5 earned runs all year. Does have 3 starts, as you heard Coach Fitzgerald in the pregame interview. He's getting work for series in the playoffs where he's definitely one of the guys that will be a go-to. We've seen him in relief of Hank Warren, and very good potential to see him starting at some point in a playoff series situation. It's an 0-1 count to Pablo Castillo. Gardner actually 3-1 on the year as well with 10 strikeouts. Not the typical strikeout pitcher that what we have with Hank Warren, with Carson Courtney, they go for the Ks. He'll let the defense put the ball in play, but it always seemingly sets up the defense well to make the out. It's an 0-2 count now. Count to 2, and that one's tipped softly back to Gardner. Gardner will make the throw. Will make the tag. Good lead runner out. Good play and good decision making by Matthew Gardner to go that way instead of trying to spin it back around and go opposite of his momentum. Taken care of. Castillo reaches on the fielder's choice.
No, you know. Hold that right there, look at that.
So 1 down. Matthew Gardner coming from the stretch. Strike 1.
I need some advice. I know that you're going to ask him for advice.
Real good.
A fly. First baseman Carson Courtney. It's out number 2. Let's take you real quick to show you around the diamond. Behind the plate. Carson Courtney at first. Opposite corner is Tyler Dickerson. Hank Warren at short. Chandler Spencer at second. A.J. Harrison left. Colin Ross in center. And Ashton Grissom in right. We've got 2 down. James Baseballs. We're good here. Game. I'm in the first inning. Giving you some updates on the draft along the way. If you hear me, maybe give a seemingly out of place just cheer or applause. It's probably because the Patriots did something good in the NFL draft tonight. And the collective boos from the press box continue.
Yes. Well, I saw it all ago about their promises.
71 degrees temperature here in the first inning of this one. Dropped down to about 64 so tonight. Real muggy, real humid. Counts 1-1. Gardner's working against Anthony.
Nice, Matthew!
Jeremy, drop pond overflow with all that right?
Mario Perez up right now. Look over here.
You wake up this morning, you see it's dry.
Runner going, Roth. Good chance to get him out here. Good. Nice got the runner. Caught stealing, and Matthew Gardner. It's a great read on the play. Actually give you some stats there on that.
It didn't work.
I want to give him his credit because Roth has been Solid behind the plate. We'll have it for you the next half inning. We move on to the second. Hornets leading 1-0 here on Next Play Sports. And welcome back. Here we are on Next Play Sports. Happy to be with you. Chris Simmons and Joan, my partner in crime, Courtney Garcia, on it to head 1-0 at the top of the second inning. The second one, finding my notes. Quick enough as Gardner's called 5 to 7 runners trying to steal against him this season. The Hornets put up 3 hits, got a run out of it at the top half of the first, and Tyler Dickerson leads us off now. Here's 7, 8, 9. Tyler Dickerson, A.J. Harris, and Ashton Grissom. First pitch called strike as we said if you're just tuning in, get to watch for the delayed call behind the plate. So don't assume anything too quick. Hard hit ball by Dickerson. That one gets by Anthony McLaughlin. Dickerson, leadoff single.
Tyler. All right, AJ, put it out there, buddy.
Dickerson talking with Coach Allen over at first base. Coach Klink at third base.
This Hornet lineup is seeing the ball really well.
Yeah.
Here early.
Big off move to first, and Dickerson's back in safely.
I'm good.
1-0 game. 4 hits now for the Hornets, and A.J. Harris for his first base hit of the year. Runner going. Dickerson, he's in no problem at second base. Good jump. Nothing game. Nobody holding on. Dickerson now at second. Good stop made by Peyton Giles behind the plate.
Because that one could have been trouble.
Absolutely.
Go, AJ.
Count 2-0. Courtney will talk through playoff scenarios and matchups here in a little while. That one misses low and away. 3-0 now.
That should be fun.
Yeah, you know, it's that time, you know. Right now, the Lady Hornets don't have a score update on game number 2. Lots of texting people who are at the game. They should be coming to a close pretty soon. They're playing Robinson on the road, and we're going to play Robinson at Robinson's place. I think the rain last night shifted it over to Salado High School. 3-1 misses in. Harris draws him a walk. He got on base as well. Now Ashton Grissom with a chance to do some damage. Grissom has been a little while over the lineup.
Number 1, Ashton Grissom.
Lady Hornets actually dropped game 2, so that got defeated out of the by-district round by Robinson. They lost 2-0. So that was That was quick for a response there on finding that out. 1-0 count. Pablo Castillo working against Ashton Grissom with 241 hitter this season. 13 RBIs driven in. Out of his 19 hits, 18 of those singles. Have one extra base hit and have a quick visit here on the mound. Well, while we're there, let's take a look, Courtney, at some of your artwork, the best way we can call it over here, just to take a look at the feed. So here we go.
I want to look at the notes first.
The notes. So we do have, our District 17 is matched up with District 18 in the by-district round. Right now, the 2 and 3 spot is up for grabs in District 18. If you look here on this graphic, we've got China Spring is locked into the 1 seed, and Mahia and Waco La Vega are fighting out for the 4 spot. The 2 and 3 is Madisonville and Robinson. Those two are playing a game tomorrow, 2 o'clock, somewhere that's 3 hours away. I'll find the location of that, but that playoff game has happened to see who will play with who against 2. As Grissom takes a big swing and a miss there, the 2 make it a 2-1 count.
As you can tell, it's a lot of what-if games.
A lot of what-if games. We'll get back to it. And do me a favor, Courtney. Email that to our handyman behind the scenes, Mr. Garcia, and we'll get that thrown to where we can see game happening and the bracket up while we can talk about it too. So counts 3-1. No, I'm putting y'all on the spot. That's why y'all are the best in the business. Love getting to work with you guys. Grissom draws him a walk too, so the Hornets really threatening here to open things up in the second inning.
Now, extra second, Colin
back up to the plate. Second walk surrendered by Pablo Castillo. Jonathan Ross had a soft fly out to right field. He'd love to make good on that. Here this time up with bases loaded. Wind not working for you or against you here for the hitters. First pitch taken for a strike. Fastball middle plate by letter high.
But I mean, if you get it repaired, can you take the insurance and get more money for it? Okay. Well, that's really weird.
1-1 count. Dickerson, third base. Harris at second. Grissom at first, and Grissom fouls one straight back into the netting. Make it a 1-2 count.
Barrel something right here, kid.
Come on.
One, 2 count, breaking ball. It's a great pitch, just missed slightly outside. The other way, good discipline from Ross to hang off of it, but that pitch is sliders. Be difficult to pick up and read. Foul ball. Towards Mr. Adams' classroom there at the back corner of the building. Assuming it's still Mr. Adams' classrooms. I'm assuming that, but listen, if I also know Mr. Adams, he would probably, fight you if you had to move into a different room. So, I mean, it's a pretty good assumption that. Yeah. Oh, well, that's a great point. It's the room closest to the parking lot, so of course we get up and get open. That's just the way it is. But it's a full count. Ross another high pop fly. That one's going to get out of play too. It landed right short of the cul-de-sac. So 3-2. Hey, new pitch, same story. Continue to fight here.
So Colin. this bathroom. I like it.
It's impressive. We continue on. Way to keep the bat alive. Enough bat on ball. Ball close enough that he can't not swing, but just staying alive and doing what he has to do. So bases loaded. Full count. Up and in. And that's actually another foul ball. That hit off. Oh. That hit off the end of the bat. I don't think that hit the hand, but nonetheless, that's the ruling. So a hit by pitch is what it will go down as. And that brings in the second run of the game for the Hornets. So Hank Warren coming up now with a chance to do a lot of damage.
I know, on the way out.
Courtney, watch out.
There, I saw a bunch of.
That's you. I'll bring you back live. Gosh, if Hank gets that pitch again, man. I'm telling you, watch out. He's been. So here's what Castillo's been doing. The movement on the slider is good, but where he's missing right now, like he just went the whole last batter against Ross. Everything was up. Everything was up. You do that with Warren here, you will pay dearly. Let's just see how it works itself out. 0-1. That one's a hard rip by the diving shortstop Mario Perez. 1 run scores. Will we get 2? We're gonna try. Grissom rounding third, heading home to throw. Bounce it, gets by the catcher. Ross over to third, Warren to second. 2 RBI single. Warren advancing to second on the throws. Hornets now lead 4-0. Hard hit ball. I was expecting a hard hit ball, but I didn't know what else to do. There's a chance that he gets one out here.
And that second pitch was kind of in that same area that he missed that first one.
100%. That was.
Go, Carson.
You don't give the same thing to him twice. So Ross all the way up to third, Warren at second. Carson Courtney at the plate. Still no outs in the top of the second inning. Hornets ahead 4-0. High pop fly. Hit deep center, so one will tag, no problem. Let's see if Hank tries. Yes, he will. Advance over to third. Ross in at home, standing up. And a sac fly for Carson Courtney successful. So Ross comes up, and Ross wants to make good on his last at bat as well.
Agreed. And those are little plays that you're gonna have to that will come in key in the playoffs.
Absolutely, it's
any point you can get.
Move the runner over, play the small ball, get the runs while you can, when you can. Ross takes the first pitch for a strike.
It's not in the matter that you win and how you win. It's just the little things.
Just get it done.
It's just getting it done in the playoffs.
Courtney, there's about 4.2 million trades happening right now in the NFL draft. All Adam Schefter is blowing up my personal DMs. He's telling me before he tells the rest of the world, so it's coming straight to my phone. Off gets under one, sends it deep into left. Horn should have a chance to win tag on this one. Let's see. It's actually a good throw coming in from left. McLaughlin cut it off. Warren comes in to score, so back-to-back sack flies now. Scored Warren. Hornets now lead 6-0. Taylor Spencer, one of 2 batters not to bat this inning before the Hornets comes up. He singled in the first. Spencer takes the first pitch up for ball 1 from Pablo Castillo. 1-0 count. That one looking for a strike. 1-1. I can't confirm this. Spence looks like he's, fresh haircut. Most of the guys maybe. I saw Hank Warren last night. I mean, he had the, tight fade and, whatever. Not a mohawk up top, but the sides were way cut down. So I don't know if it's a team thing. I see a couple guys in the dugout looking at it. That does not look like a full team thing to this point, but maybe
It's almost like a taper.
it's really, yeah, exactly. It's Warren and Spencer went got the hair did, so now they're all good for playoffs. But you ever believe they win tonight, they're not going to cut it again until hopefully in June.
Taylor Spencer won that last
Yeah, he turned on it. He was trying to get into it.
Yeah, it's about that time. You start getting those. You gotta start looking good for the playoffs because there's gonna be a lot more people in the stands. So you look good, you play good.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Hard hit ball over the short, fielded by Perez. Perez will throw it over to first base. First baseman can't make the catch. That's Eric Estrada. It just gets under his glove, and Spencer will reach on the air at first. And Blake Slide batting through the lineup this inning. Runner going and throw. The tight throw, close throw is just a little bit late. Spencer swipes second. 1-0 count. Spencer at second. Second stolen back in the game for the Hornets.
The places are different. The bottom.
1-0 breaking ball, just low.
Remember my shelf roof.
Did you say my name?
I didn't hear it.
You said nothing. What did you say about it?
She said.
Stacy didn't say anything. He pointed to
Let's talk about them
Go back to the playoff conversation here in a moment. 2-1 to the
shelf roof.
They are shelf. They are. They're wide.
2-1 count. Breaking ball gets by. We'll talk through the break here on the. So we want.
No. She failed.
That guy, Mr. Garcia, he's the best though. He's sharp. We like having him.
Oh, you were in cheer too.
We're better
You and
whenever
Amy
he's
were in
around.
cheer.
I'll take it.
No. Seriously. Nobody knows.
Just outside 2-1. One pitch away from having to make me redo my book up here. Change all the calls. It's just Friday night. 3-1. Let's see. He takes it low and away. So let's bring up Tyler Dickerson for the second time this half inning.
Number 4, Tyler Dickerson.
Go, Tyler.
He made it. What's up, big dog?
Runners on the corners. Dickerson sends one mile high. Let's see if he causes any trouble. Left and center. They call it off. Center fielder makes the final call. Noah Bertman doing the honors for out number 3. The Hornets put up 5 runs there in the second. They lead 6-0. And let's go ahead and take you over and show you the top half of the Region 3 projected bracket here. So what we've got to this point is that it'll be Giddings, then Salado or Georgetown Gateway. Giddings is definitely favored in that game. And Hudson will be taking on the loser of Madisonville Robinson. The playoff game tomorrow at 2 o'clock, about 3 hours away from here. Before it's also the name of the city. I can look it up. Game number 19 on your bracket on the right is interesting. But our district right now has a 3-way tie potential first. That's if Jasper beats Rush tonight, and then if we beat Palestine, which looks good on our end so far. We don't have a score update yet on Rush and Jasper, but that's where the 3-way tie can come into play. A couple matchups that are set. You see Silsby and Livingston, they're pretty well locked into it. Belleville and Houston North Forest, they're locked into it. Ethan Mejia for La Vega Rusk with a solid chance to at least get there on round 3. If you can't forecast wins, but if you were to, it'd be China Spring and Rusk with the big matchup. So a fun look at things for potential playoff matchups. It's always fun around this time of year to get to talk about playoffs, be part of the playoffs, and see how it all shakes out. Mario Perez, Caden Patton, and Aaron Ordonez coming up for the Wildcats. It's Matthew Gardner, the starter tonight. He's ahead with an 0-1 count. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Score 6-0. Gardner bringing the breaking ball in. Counts 1-0. Department 1-1. Ball tipped. Dugout. The thing you like about Gardner, in every situation he comes in, whether it's a close game, whether it's pretty good spread in it, he has the same composure, same attitude, gets to the mound. He looks calm, cool, collected, all of that. He brings a good sense of control to a game. Even as young as he is as a sophomore. So something good to look forward to if you're the Hornets. 2-2 count.
There's no mistake.
Perez thought about it. Perez is a bad guy, shut off in the last inning. Pablo Castillo tried stealing second, was called thrown out by Remington Roth. His sixth runner out of 8 to catch throw him out. Stolen base attempt. 3-2 moves inside. Gardner surrenders a walk to the leadoff hitter. Caden Patton stepping up now. Gardner fastball gets away from the wild pitch. Goes back to the backstop, allowing Perez to advance up to second base.
I'm trying to make something happen to get the update for Russ Jasper here.
I appreciate you. You always sneak into people's DMs. That's what you do. Counts 1-1.
I got something a little better than that.
Okay, let's see what you got. Because that's the one that could end up. Now, I believe that Thompson is throwing tonight for Russ. So, speaking now, I know nobody in the district has really got to him. He won every district starter he's had. So, 1-2, that one just got out of play. Good defensive tackle. Caden Patton. He's up with a 1-2 count. One-two. That was a swing and a miss. Gardner gets his first strikeout of the game. First out of the Guys, I almost freaked out just then. I thought y'all were hearing some crazy stuff. I'm kind of hearing in my headphones. Tech guy messing with me on the air. That's okay. That's all right. We can all do that. We all have games. One down, runner at second. Pitch coming from Gardner. That's a swing and tip straight back for Aaron Ordonez. An 0-1 count. Oh, you're snooping on the radio feed. had the adaptables still on their game. People might like it more than us anyways, but just kidding. Counts 0-2. Dropping a throw behind the runner. That's close, but he's in safe.
Throw down, he's out. She had to get on the bleachers.
You said you sent it from Mars?
Yeah. But in that
1-2. He went. Tried to hold up his swing. Called out back-to-back strikeouts. Matthew Gardner. That brings up Noah Birdman.
Not only
Holding on to second. Birdman takes the first pitch low for a ball. Well, making out 2-0.
Good, Matthew.
2-0. Going on a miss, make it 2-1 now. 2-1 with 2 down. Hornets ahead 6-0. We're just tuning in.
Oh, you just got it? Yeah.
Houston's had 2 base runners, 1 for each inning. First inning though, base runner was thrown out. In the second, he's straight it up at second base. Gardner's finding his stride here. 2-2 going up against Birdman. See if he can finish him off. He does. Got him. Strike 3. Gardner faces 4 batters, strikes out 3 of them. And the Hornets move on to the top of the third. Ahead 6-0. We'll be right back with more on Next Play Sports.
We are competing, AJ Harris.
Welcome back here, top of the third. Hornets leading 6-0. AJ Harris leading off for the Hornets. Castillo brings a slider that misses well up and above the head of AJ. One 0 pop up, hit out of play behind home. Harris walked and scored in the second inning. One of the 5 runs to come in for the Hornets in the top of the third. Castillo missing up, 1-1 count.
What's the supper tonight?
2-1 count. Update from Jasper. Rusk and Jasper tied Right now, in the top of the second inning, no score.
And Russ has base runners on the corners with no outs.
They're threatening, kind of bringing you some, because there is the chance of, as Harris draws another walk, his second of the game. Like we said, if Russ were to lose, which as they score in the top of the second, 1-0 now, that's to kind of work out a big difference maker on first round matchups and everything, but
it's raining so much, so I don't know. I'm still waiting.
So Ashton Grissom coming up now. We'll check in with that one a little later and catch up on the progress of it. Big off move. Just to keep Harris honest over at first.
And then leave during the second game and get back to the call. Her sister plays at 8 o'clock.
Pops it up.
Yeah, pop up over the third base line. Ends up coming in closer to left field. Harris back in safely at first. And pop out for Ashton Grissom.
Now, 37, Collins Ross.
Colin Ross stepping up. He's been hit. He popped out his first time up. Fastball called strike. Underrated the plate. That one hits Ross from one. That one just got away from Castillo, and second time for Ross.
That's not very helpful with Hank Warren coming up.
No, it's not. It's exactly right. Ross, you got Perry. Hank Warren steps in now. You said if Castillo misses up, with the power and potential to make him pay. Fastball missing slightly in. 1-0 count. Warren, one of the two Hornets with the home run. There's not any wind blowing out tonight either, so I don't know why we're bringing it up. I guess it's more of a hopeful anticipation maybe, but Warren had one of the exhibition game last Saturday that we had that. Throw behind the runner actually rolls into center field. Harris will hold up at second base though. Couldn't quite get back on his feet after the diving back attempt. The count's 3-0.
Go, basketball 4.
Misses outside, and Warren drawing a walk. He's a triple, a single, and a walk now on the day. Carson Courtney with a chance to do some damage here. Bases loaded.
Pretty consistent batter, Carson.
For sure. He's always there. He's a couple extra base hits now on the season to his credit. 2 of them to be exact. Carson hits one that was seemingly had a chance to land fair.
Yeah.
But hits off deep off the right field fence in foul territory at the visiting bullpen.
Go, Carson!
One of those you keep watching, keep lingering to see what happens with it. Counts 0-1. Breaking ball. Catcher making the play, Peyton Giles. Ball on a strike and an out here in the top of the third. Now 2-1. The ball gets by the catcher. Harris comes in to score. Ross to third and Warren up to second base. Pass ball.
Catcher's done a great job up to this point in keeping that ball in front of him. Now we just went right under his legs.
That's 7 runs now for the Hornets, and worse situation almost really for Wildcats now because you get rid of the force is only in one place. Oh wow, called strike. So he's one of these delayed guys that wait to see if you give an impression of if it's a strike or not, and then if he feels at all like you're trying to show him up, he will make the call right back at you. So 2-2. Hard hit ball gets through the hole between short and third. One will score. Warren holding up at third base. RBI single for Carson Courtney. Warren up to third. Probably Ross up to third. I'm all throwing myself off.
No, you're good.
I'm losing my mind here just a bit. Now Remington Ross stepping up. Hornets with 8-0 lead over Palestine. You know, Courtney, it's always encouraging to see your team taking care of business the way they can. You know, the way they can, the way they should.
And this is what you expected, especially coming off that last Russ game at home. You know that you had a bad taste in your mouth. You want to get that out before the playoffs.
Rolf puts it on the ground over to third. McLaughlin scoops it, throws over to second for one. Rolf Hudson on the line. Don't know if he would have made it or not, but the ball gets by the first baseman, Eric Estrada.
Good job, Remington.
Remington brings the run. Hank Warren, the runner, in to score the 9th run.
Now,
Two down. And the Hornets ahead. 9-2. Kate Clifton coming in to run for Remington Roth. Spencer coming up. Really got into one earlier. Hornets already threatening 9-0 lead to end this one early tonight. Spencer sends one in the air, deep center field. Burtman making a read on it. Going to a knee and making the grab for out number 3. Hornets once again adding on to the lead with 3 runs put up there in the top half of the third. We move to the bottom half of the inning. Hornets ahead 9-0 here on Next Play Sports. in control of this one here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Matthew Gardner still doing the honors. Allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts this game. Hornets put 1 run up in the 1st, 5 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd. Still held scoreless. The 1-1 count to the leadoff hitter, Braden Hickman. He plays right field, followed by Corbin Hughes, the DH, and then Powell's going to be back at the top of the lineup, Peyton Giles. Update from Jasper, bottom of the 2nd inning. Rusk ahead 1-0.
Nice pitch! Nice pitch, Matthew!
1-2 for, or 2-2 for Gardner now. Quick ball almost came back across. Get the strikeout. Here we go. That's the last 3 batters he struck out. Won't get him to chase on that one. A little outside. From here. Count full. Swing and miss.
Come on, Matthew!
4 straight strikeouts now for Gardner.
Now, Corbin Hughes.
Corbin Hughes stepping up a big cut on the first pitch he sees and comes up empty. Missing up and away. 1-1 count.
Good.
Slider for Gardner. That one's filthy. Makes it a 1-2 count. This is a bit outside. Two softly tapped over to the Hornet dugout. Got him looking. Gardner now with 5 in a row.
He's on a roll.
He's kind of a hidden gem for the Hornets.
Agreed. And for a young player, he has some really good composure on the mound.
Good composure. You trust him. Just him to come in, do his job, and do it well. That's another massive cut. That's the thing. I think with most of these hitters, when they get to face Gardner, they come up, they see he's not blowing anybody away with his speed, but you know, they kind of unleash a little bit more. But it's his location has been so good. That fastball missing down and in, but combine enough speed that he has for his fastball with the movement of his breaking pitches, and it's tough to hit. Tough to hit. 1-1 bounces in front of Roth. Making it now 2-1. Fouled back into the netting. No, it's 2-2. Two breaking ball, bouncing on the turf right by the foot of Peyton Giles at the plate.
Come back here.
Count full. Defense gonna have to make a play here. Warren, a tough play to try to make. He didn't get there in time. Heck of an effort. Dickerson and Warren were both playing deep in the hole. Short and third. Second hit of the game for Peyton Giles, and only 2 hits in the game for Palestine Wildcats. That breaks the streak of 5 straight batters. Struck out by Gardner, but still no harm, no foul here in the bottom of the third. Score 9-0. Pablo Castillo at the plate. Foul ball hit out of plate behind home.
Top of the way.
You're just tuning in, checking things out. Hornets, the visiting team tonight, Palestine, not having a usable field condition right now. Construction and all sorts of stuff happening there. So they had their senior night here on the field. Pre-game, they got to honor their 3 seniors.
Here, I'll find out.
Those seniors for the Wildcats, as Gardner steps off, are Braden Hickman, Pablo Castillo, and Keeman Ross. You can see Ross yet, still in the dugout for the Wildcats. 0-2 breaking ball. Just slightly low. Gardner thought he got it.
I'm sorry, told you. It's not
Counts 1 and 2. 1-2 swung on. That one's hitting the hole. It's short. Warren fields it. Crosses body to first base. Then he's taken by Courtney. Gets out number 3. Nice play made by Carson Courtney. Good throw from Hank. Catch equally is good for Courtney. And we move on to the top half of the fourth. 9-0 is the score. Hudson leads here on Next Play Sports. Wildcats sending a new pitcher out to the mound. That new pitcher is Mario Perez. Comes in relief of Pablo Castillo. Castillo went 3 innings, gave up 9 runs, 8 of those earned. 6 hits, no strikeouts, and 7 walks. Blake Slaga leading off for the Hornets here. Top half of the fourth. hit ball by Slaga, deep left center field. It's up. One off the wall. Slaga at second, standing up. Let's try to make it 3. Why not? Blake Slaga. The fence out there, left center, 360. He probably hit that one off 355. Just under the yellow off the wall. That's home run number 2 on the year. Slaga's got that kind of power, that kind of potential at the plate, but it's one of those things. All right, Mario Perez, welcome to the game.
Yeah,
it's one of those things.
Yeah. Stepping on the mound didn't wake you up. That one sure did.
Yeah, that's that's one of those things that that you're in. Tyler Dickerson coming up. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Dickerson, I'll take the first pitch, called strike.
This is another guy that can lift it out of here as well.
Yeah, he's got the power. So I'm sorry, I think I said that it would have been Slaga's second homer. It would have been his first. If it was Dickerson in this situation, that would have been his second.
Yeah.
We got the two mixed up for a moment there, but it's a 1-1 count. So once again, another pitcher missing up in the zone, and you're not overpowering with your speed. It's a dangerous combo. 1-1, missing in. Count now 2-1. Dickerson tips that one, bounces off the plate to be a foul ball. So the 2-2. Misses. Load away, counts full for Dickerson.
If you'd have pitched, don't throw any cookies in there for him.
Don't miss. First base will hurt you less than.
Agreed.
Than the opposite. And then you put AJ Harris up if you're the opposing pitcher, but make him earn it. But
Dixon got that one.
He did. Perfectly placed ball. Short center. Another hit. Hornets now with 10 runs.
Now AJ Harris.
A lot of batters on this team that seeks contact.
Yeah.
In any way that they can.
Just and that's part of the recipe on a competitive bat is simply just every pitch, doing whatever you can, taking what it's given to you. AJ Harris, he's walked twice. He'd love to get him a hit here. He can get something to hit. He's ahead 1-0.
And I forgot to bring everybody's paper so I can mark everybody.
There's one put on the ground over towards third. McLaughlin fields it, goes to second for 1.
Very safe.
That's not in time. It's a base running from Dickerson to get there, and there's the single for AJ Harris. Coming to the plate. Carson Courtney was in the bullpen for the Hornets.
Somebody was asking me what my catch-up was, and I looked at it the other day, and I was running it over, and I'm like, bring it first. No idea. But I'm sure it's super.
Here's some ahead 1-0.
And I've already
On the pitch from Perez. Next one coming that way. This is low and away.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, I would laugh. I'd make sure you were
2-0. Make it 3-0. Missing up and in. One more time the base is loaded for the Hornets. Third time of the night. First walk surrendered by Mario Perez.
Now playing the second, Colin Ross.
Colin Ross comes up, popped out, and then pegged twice. In at the corners for the Wildcats. Up and in. That one.
Man. Having a little fun, making it a little dramatic.
A little bit, but dang. I mean, the ball's coming up at your face. I'm doing the same thing.
Oh, for sure. I'm doing it as well.
I'm bailing out of there. Bailed out of there yesterday. I was in the batting cage with my kid, and he hit one. That was poked through the right side into right field. One scores. Two scores. 2 RBI single. Ross.
And I'll tell you what, Ross is really well today.
For sure. I mean, it's one of those things that you trust him at the plate. You trust that he's making good decisions, and
just building that confidence for playoffs. That's all you want in these type of games.
We're in the second, third. Hank Warren up now. Breaking ball missing away.
Go, Hank.
Oh, breaking ball. Man, that one was hung. I think Hank knows it too. He's watching it go out of play. That was a pitch for him to. I mean, that one we need one to get just over Gibson Field, you know, over the sign and left.
Oh, that'd
center.
be awesome.
I don't know why. I mean, maybe this happens. Maybe we look back on the broadcast and like, man, you were a genius. You called that. Slider misses too far in, 2-1 count.
You did have a pretty good call in Russ, though.
Did have a call. I called the pitch out, and I told Coach Fitzgerald, like, look, man, it's time to change up the stuff. I know your stuff now. If I'm calling on the radio, you got to mix it up. He laughed a little and I said, look, it's maybe the first time ever in my life I'm calling something correctly, so don't take too much stock into it. Predicted something correct. Not called. Maybe I called things right, but I predicted something right, which doesn't hardly at all. With a 2-2 count for Hank here, so maybe.
I believe you had like one in every sport, huh?
Yeah, I've had this year. Yeah. 2-2. Ooh, that one comes in pegs in the bag. That one's not going anywhere. Hank peg.
I think probably our coolest call is probably the half court. It's probably the half court shot and dot ball.
That we predicted that one? Did we really?
I think we did. It was like, cause we predicted like a half. We knew it was gonna be a half court attempt.
Yes.
We said, watch this. Watch them make this go in
because
overtime.
that was one of the best games that we got to
Oh,
call
absolutely.
that season, maybe if not the best. Hard hit ball.
What were
by
you
Carson
thinking of?
Courtney. There was one that I had. They made the decision to get the force out at second. Run number 13 comes in for the Hornets. Colin Ross over to third base. Grissom came in to score run 13. One down, runners at the corners. Only one out at this point in this inning. Roth makes the breaking ball away. The call that I thought, Courtney, that you might be going towards was going to be calling dot ball football and tight end play, the tight end streak.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, we did call
Then
that.
we said, hey, this is the perfect time for it. We saw it once the entire year before.
Agreed.
And we said this is the time to call that play, and it went off for a touchdown. So that was neat. But
That was with Big Herb, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
that was. I guess. That was 2
Okay,
years
I do
ago.
remember that.
You're right. That
Okay.
was probably 2 years ago. Getting to call that. Have some fun.
Man,
with
what a team that was.
it. That one ended too quickly
Way too quick.
for the Lumberjacks. The Hornets still undefeated in football, so they never lost. Never lost. So never won, but never lost. What do you want to tell your kids? You never won or you never lost? I'm telling my kids I've never lost. Hey, there we go. That's it. That's it. 2-1 count. Here for Roth. The fastball missing high. 3-1. Runs. You're wondering at home, the ruling, according to our resident umpire, is we we'll have to play through 5 innings no matter what. There's no 15 or 20 after 3 or 4 or 10 after 4. It is 10 after 5 is the only run rule in effect. So if you're the Hornets, enjoy it, try to get good at bats here and try to pick up the ball well as Roth draws a walk. So the second goes Courtney Roth at first, third base is Colin Ross, and Taylor Smith not the bat. Roth wants to run for himself here.
Bless you.
No fall.
One down. Palestine in district play right now in the 5 seed, one game ahead of center, is Paul Slatter actually going to be batting in place of Chandler Spencer. Foul ball hit back into the netting, 0-2. So Palestine with wins over a 9-4 win over Jasper, 4-1 win over the Rough Riders of Center ever since then on a 6-game losing streak. 0-2. Now gets away from the catcher. Colin Ross coming in to score. There's the 14th run of the ball game for the Hornets.
You kiss and playing on the phone.
The one time I played them. That's the one time.
Well, now you know, so you can tell me this.
One, two is you get action up here in the press box. A little, yeah, just some predictions pregame of what would happen as far as total runs scored and stuff like that. Trying to be smart, and I was on the losing team with that last run. It's okay.
Yeah, I joined the losers team as well.
Oh, you took the under?
Yeah.
See, the 3 smart people in the room really made the wrong decision. The 3, I can't even call Mace. Mace is in a good group up here. She's intelligent. So 2-2, make it 3-2.
This is what happened when it rains, it pours in full effect.
And that's exactly what happened last night too. Three-two. Walk drawn by Slatter. Back-to-back walks.
Now playing 20, Cooper Graves.
Here's coming to the plate. Bases loaded one more time, and we have a pitching change happening here for the Wildcats. Score 14-0. Hudson on top of Palestine. We back after the new pitcher. Let's see who it is. It'll be Aaron Ordonez coming to the mound. We'll be right back in a moment on Next Play Sports. Welcome back, Delbert Graves. Attacking on the first pitch he sees, and that one actually finds the hole. That one just drops as the left fielder, Caden Patton, was playing closer to left center than left field. Had a ton of space to try to get there and couldn't do so in time. A high flying pop fly that gets down in left field for a run for Graves.
Now batting number 4, Tyler Dickerson.
Bases still loaded, and Graves at first, Slider at second, Roth running for himself at third. Tyler Dickerson at the plate now. 0-1, Ordonez coming. That one missing low, 1-1 count. Still one out in the top of the fourth. Hornets with their largest lead of the season. That one gets by the catcher, and here comes run number 16. Slatter will stand up at home.
All the way around. He never gets to run bases. He'll be so excited. There's an 81% chance. 75 at 6 or 8 of them.
Good.
16-0, your score. 2-1, breaking ball. Came in to swipe the corner, count now 2-2. Courtney, we're going to see the long ball. Any score updates on Russ Jasper? No, I'm catching you off guard. You didn't write me a note or anything. But hard hit ball by Dickerson into the fence will ricochet down to the left field. Warren takes off like a track star down there trying to chase it down. Hank actually last night confessed to me at a youth baseball game that I do something that he could never do. I said, well, that's just the first of many things. But then he clarified, and he said it was something on the baseball field that he could never do. And I was like, I'm a little more curious now. And he said, Chris, there's no way I could ever throw to 7 or 8 year olds and strike them out like you do. I'm like, well, the goal is not to strike them out. The goal in coach pitch is not to strike out your own teammates. But he said I couldn't deal with it. I mean, listen, you know what? Some of you parents at home know what the feeling is, but the others don't. You don't get it. You don't know what it's like to strike out your own kid, which I actually didn't do last night, thankfully. But I mean, there's pressure when you're up there. It's like, you know, it's up to you if some of these kids are gonna get their hit. Tyler Dickerson sends a moonshot into left field. A good read by Caden Patton. Will keep Paul Slatter at bay. So I pop out for out number 2 here, top of the fourth. Graves is at second, Slater's at third. Top of the fifth, Rusk ahead of Jasper 2-0. Rusk with that win clinches off a district championship. Big cut for A.J. Harris, throwing behind the runner at third. He's back in safely as Slatter. Harris grounds one over to the first baseman. Estrada makes the play. And we move on now. Bottom half of the fourth inning, the score is 16-0. We'll be back with more on Next Play Sports. Hey, welcome back. Here we are, bottom of the fourth inning, and there's a lot of cricket numbers all across this stat sheet that I'm probably going to lose track of at some point. But nonetheless, Hornets have 16 runs on 9 hits. No runs for the Palestine Wildcats. They do have 3 hits committed there. The pitcher for the Hornets, Carson Courtney, coming in the game. Matthew Gardner went 3 innings, allowing no runs. 3 hits on 2 hits on the day, struck out 5. And walked just 1. So here comes Carson. Going against 3, 4, and 5, Anthony McLaughlin.
Nice pitch.
For the Wildcats. Courtney, higher velocity than Gardner, the big right-hand pitcher for the Hornets. Normally you would see him, for most of the district, you actually saw him working the Friday night game as the starter. A comeback right to Carson. Off the ground, we'll grab it. Throw it to first to Cade Clifton, who just checked in the game.
Let's take a picture of that.
For 1 down. A good point to be at the broadcast when you can start playing what time is the last out to be made game, just because that means your team has done its job and really performed well and done a good thing. Mario Perez stepping in now. Fastball getting the outside edge for strike number 1.
My big question is, if somebody's walking by the stadium, like, what would they be thinking if they just look at the scoreboard and don't know the details behind the game? Just like, oh dang, we're getting beat that bad.
Well, that's true, because it does look like Hudson's getting blanked right now for the casual. If you don't realize that Hudson's actually the visiting team tonight. The only defensive change for the Hornets, or 2 defensive changes actually, I believe, is Paul Slatter playing second, Kate Clifton playing first. We also have Carter Burgess behind the plate now for the Hornets. So the count's 2-1.
Yeah, it does. It takes me 45 minutes to get from here to my house, so it's really good. Except for some of the ones now, plus it's not there.
2-1 with 1 down. Courtney bringing a breaking ball. In for a strike, 2-2. We had a little mix-up on signs there as Burgess got a little, I think, a surprise as a batter by that breaking ball.
Yeah, that's all I was about to say. The batter looked a little shook up on that one.
You know, I just filtered a really dumb thought that if I was smart and self-preserving, I'd keep the thought to myself. But since I'm not, and since I'm not that intelligent, you know, it's just a thought that, you know, I've thought about a couple different things in baseball. I've thought about, you know, we were discussing in between innings. You know, those are the conversations that actually should be right. Recap the inning, Carson Courtney strikes out. Second batter he's got to see tonight. That's Mario Perez with the bat on the shoulder, 2 down. But you know, if you're worried about a team stealing signs or whatever, what if you were at a point, which, listen, let me just preface this. I know that this can't happen, that it's not logistically possible. But what if the catcher was good enough, intelligent enough, that you could get, like, you don't have to give signs, you're just reacting to whatever the pitcher wants to throw. So you set up the location, and then the pitcher just delivers it. Now, the difference between a 98-mile-an-hour fastball and a 76-mile-an-hour curveball, it's all, I mean, listen, I get it, I understand it all, but it's a thought that came across my head. Dickerson, a grounder hit over to his way, he bobbles it, can't get the easy 3rd out. So Caden Patton reaches on. It's not possible. But the idea would be, what if the catcher could set his location, and then, boom, the pitcher just hits it with whatever pitch he wants to. As Andrew shakes his head over to my right, just in disapproval, just saying, what an idiot. I get it. I know. Aaron Ordonez at the plate. He struck out against Matthew Gardner. Here bottom of the 4th in a 16-0 game. He said run rule in effect after the 5th inning. Fastball.
Parson.
Missing inside 2-0. Courtney's just ram back and bringing it right now. Missing low.
Hey, all the way back.
Walk drawn by Ordonez.
Now, number 8, Noah Berkman.
So 2 runners on. First time this game that Palestine has actually had 2 runners on at the same time. Noah Berkman comes up here on his senior night. Update from Jasper. Bottom of the 5th inning. Rusk ahead 4-0 over the Bulldogs. Oh, that cop car, that was close. Foul ball that direction as the police car turned around in the cul-de-sac. Noah Berkman struck out looking. Another time. He's been up to the plate. 0-1.
That one gets away.
Yeah,
Go, Parson.
gets by Burgess. I think Burgess is looking for a different sign. Got a time call. Yeah, we got to get on the same page with signals here. Courtney and Horn talking with the catcher, filling him in on. Here's what you called. Here's what's happening. We got this. Come on, let's get the last out. So 2 runners in scoring position for the Wildcats. One up and in. Takes the count to 2-1. Two, 2-2 now.
Okay, get right here. Let's go now.
2-2, missing away. Count goes full. So Madisonville and Robinson playing tomorrow, 2 o'clock at Cameron High School. For their tiebreaker, decide who gets second, who gets third from their district. 3-2. The pop fly into foul territory, clipped him with a jump on it, but that one will get out of play behind the visiting dugout, which actually tonight is a home dugout. Try it one more time, the 3-2. Breaking ball. Got him looking. Berkman strikes out again. Bat on his shoulder. Move on to the 5th inning. The score is 16-0. Be right back in a moment. Hornets ahead and in control on this one by a lot. Be right back. back to the visiting team. The Hudson Hornets as the visiting team. Ahead 16-0. We're working against the third pitcher of the night for the Palestine Wildcats, Peyton Giles. Giles, the catcher, been thrown at the whole season, now coming on the mound to get himself an inning here. Hornets 9 hits, 16 runs. I wish we would have cut to a wide shot on that one. The Graves went to chase down the foul ball in left field. A nice sliding attempt to bring it on in. Hard hit ball by Grissom, the shortstop.
Right under the glove.
Right under the glove of Mario Perez. Base hit for Ashton, and
now playing second,
this team, but Texas A&M quarterback Kellen Mond just got drafted by the Minnesota Vikings. He is off the board. I mean, listen, I'm not saying I like the man. I'm just saying I know there's several Aggies that listen to the broadcast, watch the broadcast on a regular basis. So A&M now has their, I know Courtney's giving me his thumbs down of disapproval. Giles pick off move to first. Mond now off the board. Kyle Trask earlier went to the Buccaneers, the last pick of the second round. I don't know, I'm not going to stretch to say the heir apparent to Tom Brady, but at least somebody that's going to get some valuable experience for the next 10 years of Tom Brady being the quarterback at Tampa Bay. So Grissom over at first. You can kind of see him in the shot there. His lead.
Yeah.
Hard hit ball by Ross down to the left field line. Grissom will come on and go on in to score. No throw coming to the plate. Standing up is Grissom. Another RBI single for Ross. One of those games that helps the team average as well.
now playing 21, Warren.
Hank Warren coming up. All right, Courtney. If we're going to get something, it's going to be here.
Think so?
I mean, you got a little bit more velocity on the mound, you know, from Peyton Giles. We've been wanting it all game. That's a fair ball. Man. It's a fair ball down the third base line. Ripped by Warren. Ross jogging around. He'll come up and score. Hank, can he get 2 triples in a game?
And yes, he is. Easy.
He's in there.
Come on, Hank.
2 triples in one game.
It's impressive.
Hey, if you can run it faster between first and second.
Now playing 16, Hudson Courtney.
He's in run number 18. I think we might get 20. I think there's
a possibility.
Chance to get 20. Which had the no run rule effect is Palestine the home team, and
oof. Carson Courtney wanted that one.
yeah, he wanted it. Softly hit ball will roll foul on the first base line by Carson. Score update
Hey, let's go. Be patient.
from the Rusk and Jasper game that we've been keeping an eye on. At the top of the 6th, Rusk ahead of Jasper 4-1. Jasper putting a run up on J.D. Thompson. One, 2 count. Warren over at third base looking to score his, be an impressive 5th run of the night. A pass ball. Hank comes in, he'll slide and score. Run number 5. So Hornets now at 19. I will predict one of these things right by the end of the night. It's not the game time, it's the total number of runs now. 2-2 count, tipped by Courtney. Straight down. 2-2 missing up, 3-2 count. Hard hit ball by Courtney. Right center field. That one's going to get down. Another single for Carson.
Good job, Carson. Go, Carter.
And for all you Houston Texans fans, they have selected a first pick of the draft for them. 67th overall. They've taken Stanford quarterback Davis Mills. That's actually one of the most unexciting picks. I mean, listen.
Stanford.
Yeah, listen, I don't know, man. I'm just saying, you'd rather take Kellen Mond over that, for sure. What would count to Carter Burgess batting now.
Oh, Central just started.
1-1 count. Burgess comes up empty.
I guess he can be a part of that small pool from Stanford that just excels in the NFL. It's very seldom though.
I mean, there's
Christian McCaffrey, Andrew Luck, and his name's on the tip of my tongue.
There's another one?
Yeah.
Stanford successful NFL players. McCaffrey, Luck. Who else do we got? Wouldn't like John Elway or something?
Yeah, that's right, Richard Sherman.
Richard Sherman. Wait, now
I was looking at his face.
Somebody fact check me. It was John Elway from Stanford. Because if I got that right, I don't know, but I'm just saying, if I got that one right, then you're welcome, America. 2-2 pickoff move. That's close, actually.
Yeah, you're right.
Did he really?
Yeah, he went to Stanford.
Thank you. See, there's my one right that everybody else didn't get tonight up here.
I did pretty decent for football because, I can do that for basketball.
That's it.
I can do it from the other way around.
2-2 to Burgess. That one's taken. Strike 3.
Personally, I think basketball's a little bit harder because you got to think about the guys that came out of high school and college guys.
True, but
it's not as hard if you kind of.
Yeah, but listen, football, there's 11 positions. That's all I got to say. And that's obviously a complete joke.
Hey, I got 2 out of the 3, though.
That was good. You did just fine. Paul Slider liked the first pitch he sees and rips that one into deep center, but good read on it once again from Noah Bertman. Back-to-back outs for the Wildcats, and up comes Cade Clifton, pardon me.
Number 6, Cade Clifton.
Scored 19-0. Clifton checks swing, commits, and couldn't hold off. Falls behind 0-1. Clifton a .310 batter in 33 plate appearances and 29 at bats. 1-1 count. Make it now 2-1. Just saying, if Tyler Dickerson gets the bat, there's gonna be more runs coming across the board. (3-1). Giles disappointed in the call. There is a running hope up in the press box that we'll get the call the 20th run of the game. So in honor of the 20th run of the game, essentially coming in, our behind-the-scenes guy has the top 20 plays from this game queued up, ready to go on replay. Grounder, though, hit the shortstop. May not happen. Fielder making the decision to go to second base, not second place, but second base.
Hey, let's go,
For out
Carson.
number 3. The Hornets 3 outs away from finishing off the district in a very strong fashion here. Be right back. Carson Courtney coming out for the Hornets here on Next Play Sports. Man, it's a great Friday night. Having a lot of fun here on the broadcast upstairs at Next Play Sports. Having a good time with Dre Garcia, Courtney Garcia to my left, Macy, Kevin, Andrew all to my right. Having a good time in the press box. Enjoying a good Hornet win. I predicted 3 up, 3 down inning for Carson Courtney. We'd be done by 8:56. We've got less than 3 minutes to do just that. So y'all can laugh all you want. Braden Hickman, Corbin Hughes, and Peyton Giles do up this half inning for the Wildcats. 1-1 count. I disagree with the call from the umpire, but 1-1 swing and a miss. That's it. 1-2.
Got 2 minutes.
Got 2 minutes. It's actually, we really had 2 minutes and like 50 seconds because it's not going to change until 8:57. That's another
Good point.
59 seconds after it turns to that 1-2. The pitch got him looking. Yes, he did. That's one. That's one.
He about to talk his way through this whole thing.
Guys, sometimes you just gotta make yourself believe it.
Everyone's lucky we didn't have this entry from the start, because if we had this at the start of a broadcast,
Well,
man, it is a fun broadcast to
I
listen
know,
to.
that's true. Jarrett Henry stepping in. He's batting in place of Corbin Hughes. Carson came in relief last inning for the Hornets. Did not allow a hit. A big swing and a miss by Henry. That dude's swinging for the moon. 0-1 count. Listen, with the speed of Courtney's fastball, if he connects on that, that thing is going to be launched. 0-1. That one's fouled off, and that foul ball just went 400 feet. I mean, behind the net. 0-2. We have 119 seconds to finish out this game. Breaking ball got him. Look, go on, Luke! That would have been it. 1-2 count. Oh. I figured we'd be on that GGH time. You know what that is? Got to get home time. 1-2. Breaking ball got him swinging. There we are, 2 down.
Good job, Carson.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Carson. That's 3 straight strikeouts. We have less than 60. Well, it's not 60, not 57 yet. Courtney delivering a fastball grounder over to third, scooped up by Dixon. The throw across to first. Yes, it is! Out number 3 at 8:56. And if you're still watching this broadcast,
that is his second time
you
doing this.
understand our excitement as the Hornets finish it off 19-0.
I know, right?
All right, guys. And listen, just to be clear here on the broadcast, this is not any kind of making fun or poking at anything. It was a game that you play when you're up 19-0 on the broadcast, and I just happened to be the winner tonight. 8:56 is the right time. The Hornets put up 19 tonight and running on into the playoffs with a strong run. Congrats to Palestine Wildcats, and listen, a lot of tough circumstances and situations they're dealing with throughout the year, but congrats to their seniors as they have played their final game of this 2021 season. We appreciate them, and we're happy to host them here as the home team for their senior night. The Hornets will have playoff information tomorrow afternoon, probably around 5-6 p.m. is my guess. We'll have it on social media channels and platforms for you there. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us tonight. We are signing off for Dre Garcia, Courtney Garcia, myself, Chris Simmons. Thank you for being a part. We are signing off. We'll be back.
The energy picks up.
Season number 3, the postseason headed your way. Going to be a fun one, folks. Thanks so much. We'll catch you guys whenever we catch you. By district round, either against Madisonville or Robinson. Those two taking off. So winner of that, or the loser of that game tomorrow at 2 o'clock, we will get to play, and then they will set up their details for the game. So thanks so much for tuning in. We're signing off here on Next Play Sports.